Okay guys, so this is all we should need to do a 58 tooth upgrade. We've got a EBMX Rebel Gears 58 tooth sprocket, a chain which is a 420 MX U-Seal motocross chain, gold. Got a torque wrench, 6mm is what you need. A bigger torque wrench for the 17mm axle bolt, a flat blade to remove the old chain, and these are to use as gloves because I don't have any. Put the old chain and sprocket in. I've got a bag, not sure about those. Oh, and you'll need a 10mm to loosen these off, which I already have. So yeah, let's get into it. I've loosened these off already. Now I'm going to loosen the axle bolt with a 17mm while the chain's still on. Using my torque wrench because I can't find another 3/8. I'll tell you the torque on this bad boy when we do it up. Okay, so I just wanted to loosen that off. Now we're going to pop this off. So to pop this thing off, just hold the wheel and just flick it off. There we go, keep that and pull that off. So when you guys do that, make sure you don't lose the two little rubbers if you want to keep this chain like I do. So now with that off, roll this back a bit, slide that out. Let the bottom part drop, which is fine. Just don't let this drop off the front sprocket, because what we're going to do now is feed the new chain on with this old chain. With the new chain and the link in our hand, going to sit that on the plastic, try avoid getting it in the dirt. I'm going to sit that on there like this. Put that thing through it and pull it through on the bike with the old chain. Now I'm just going to sit that on the ground for now. Place that up on the bike. Take this off. Wiggle the wheel a bit as you push on the swing arm. Grab out that thing so you don't lose it. Pulling out the swing arm. Watching the spaces. I'm going to place the swing arm down on that plastic. Gotta pull it out of the, pull the brace off. There we go. Beautiful, we got that off. Just keep all those things in a safe space. We've got the wheel off now, so I might put this thing up on the table, clear it off, and pull these off and put the new sprocket on. Okay, so we got the wheel here, got some bubble wrap from my Luna seat on the caliper, and I've got a 6mm in this tiny ratchet. Hopefully I can undo these pretty easily. One, hit my knuckle in, but it's alright. 2, 3, that one was a bit harder. Try not to put too much pressure downwards on the disc. 4, 5. Nice, they're all loose now, so start taking them out. Yeah, there's a bit of Loctite in the bottom of them. 1, 2, 3, 5. So you can say goodbye to that for now and say hello to this one. Fits on there perfectly and the holes line up exactly. We're going to apply some thread locker. It's a little dab. Just got to get it in the bottom of the bottle. Just apply it a little bit. I'll do that on all of them and do them all up finger tight. You don't want too much thread locker, but just a bit to work. We're going to torque these up. I believe it's 12 Newton meters of torque. Just going to do all these up finger tight, so wind in pretty easy. So I've done all these up finger tight with thread locker. Now I've set this thing to 12 Newton meters of torque and I'm going to do it in a star pattern. Okay, so they are thread locked and all perfectly to torque. Let's get this thing back on the bike. We're just going to clean up this a little bit. Yeah, we'll put our own proper grease on this. We're just going to clean up all these with a rag. So just take all the old grease off it. So I've got my little glove here. Going to dip it in some grease and apply it to this. That looks pretty good. Going to put this smaller spacer in the disc side, the bigger spacer in this side, pick up this thing, lift up the brake caliper. Not sure how we're going to do this yet. I might have to get the wheel in position first. So it looks like we can slot the disc in before dropping it in, which is a nice touch. You got to make sure the disc slots over this little bracket on the frame and reach down. Probably a bad angle. Oh shit, camera went down, nearly lost the Sur-Ron. God damn. Settle down, Sur-Ron. Okay, this thing has a little bracket, a little slot down there, so it's got to sit over the hub spacer and slot over that bracket. Then you can slide this pin in. Make sure that's the right way, big side towards the front. And that's slid in. Put that over. I'm gonna grab the chain with this rag. Place it over the top. Don't fall off, Sur-Ron. Now we got our chain installed nice and easily. Set that up on there like that. You want the chain as long as possible, as long as you got a bit of play. You can always take the link out and move it forward later in life. We want the rear wheel as far back as possible, especially after upgrading it now. So I pulled the new link out of the bag. You get the gold outside clip and the retentioner. We have four nice little ceramic O-rings and the other side of the link. So with links, you got to remember this is an outside link. So this one here is the one we got to take off. So I'm just going to mark it with something and then try to scratch. Nice. So that's the one we want to break. So I'm going to whack out this chain breaker and try to do it on there. Just to make the chain breaking easier, I decided to bring this thing outside. Windy as hell out here. It's that windy out here. I don't recommend doing this at home, but I'm going to do it anyway. Got some safety glasses on to find the scratched one. Alright, sweet. Let's get this inside and crack it. Push that through. Definitely helps to have one of these. I used to punch it out, but fuck, it would take ages. There we go. The final bit. Still stuck in that thing. Anyway, we'll sort that out later. So we've got two O-rings. You might have to save. So I get them to stick on there. Just gently sit that down. So one on both sides. Now we got to pull the chain through. So we're going to do this out in the open here. So make sure you got your O-rings on the back side. Okay, so we've got that thing started. Gonna use the chain breaker to put it together fully. Now, we'll wind this thing up onto the wheel and we want to put it on this way. Get a flat blade. Got a small flat blade. And you just want to pop that thing over the bottom. Like that. Okay, let's tension this chain. So we'll get the 10mm and we'll just adjust this till we're happy with the tension. Starting to get some tension now. That feels pretty good. So that is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the start of 6 bump. Okay, so I'm just going to get the other side the same, and then we'll tighten up this bolt. Okay, they're both torqued up. Now to do the axle. So this rear wheel axle is 55 to 70 Newton meters. $57 or something, that'll do. 55 to 60 is what it says. That's pretty tight, but it'll loosen up pretty quick, I reckon. So it looks sick, but well, that's huge. She's ready to rip, boys. Let's do this test. Oh yeah.